Hi there, I'm Clayton Morris with your Fox Tech Take. If I had to give you a little bit of trivia here, you answer me this question. What percentage of the web do you think is run on WordPress? Well, the answer, 20% of every website out there is run on WordPress. So that's a great business opportunity. Today I'm joined by the co-founder of WP Curve, Alex McLafferty, to talk about WordPress and your service, WPCurve.com. Nice to see you, Alex.
Thanks for having me, Clayton.
So 20% of the web is run on WordPress?
Over 20% and growing every day.
How is that possible? Isn't it an older infrastructure?
Yeah, WordPress has been around for about 7 years, but it's a booming ecosystem. There's a whole lot happening in WordPress.
So you guys created, you and your co-founder, Dan Norris, a site called WPCurve.com. Where did this idea come from? And what's the name behind it, too?
So the name behind it, I'll start with that, is the fact that there is a learning curve associated with WordPress. Typically people like to jump on and be able to edit their own sites, but there's sometimes when you need a developer to give you a helping hand, and that's what our service does. The idea actually came from my co-founder. Funny story, he was at a hobby farm with his family looking at miniature horses and cows, and he came up with this idea of WordPress support as a service.
And I can't believe no one really thought of this before.
There's many different ways to have a website supported, but our method of delivery is a little bit different because we're always there to support.
So take me through this process. I create a WordPress site, and I've got it up and running, but it kind of looks pretty bad. I've got maybe a photo that should be over here. It needs to be moved over here. I need some HTML fixed up. Where do you guys come in and help out?
That's exactly the kind of work that we do. So we've got developers who work around the clock to fix those kind of problems. And the beauty of that sort of work is that you can break it down into small chunks. So we can pick that up, turn it around really quickly, and it's typically same business day.
So take me back when you got this entrepreneurial bug and you guys were building this site. What were some of the hurdles and struggles that you guys faced when you were launching?
Sure. So being a bootstrapped company and a self-funded company has its own, I guess, inherent challenges. But part of that is getting more out of less. So that forces us to be really smart about how we market our service and really take care of our customers so they tell their friends and family about what we're doing and then refer more business back to us.
What are some of the craziest WordPress sites you've seen? We know like the mommy blogger sites. Everyone goes to WordPress first. They create a WordPress account. They go through Bluehost for hosting probably. What are some of the sites that we wouldn't even think are being built on WordPress?
It's surprising. We've had a lot of marijuana dispensaries come through, so that's a booming business right now, and especially in California. And we've had a number of those kind of sites from California and Arizona come through.
So when you see those types of sites come through, you guys are sitting there, have to be laughing at the way in which they've put together this website. Were they high when they were doing it?
I hope not. I hope not. Usually they're pretty good, but we're happy to help anyone out.
What are some of the biggest struggles that you see? Young entrepreneurs or people who are just, maybe it's I like to use these analogies, but this idea that you're a pet shop owner, a dog grooming company up in Maine, and people are telling you, I have to create a website for the first time. So you jump on WordPress, they try to create their site. What are the things that are holding them back?
The things that are holding them back are being really focused on their business and not being focused on their customer. So we've found that the best content and the best marketing that we do is all about other people, helping them, get what they want. So we try and provide instructional how-to guides, and you can kind of apply that to any business vertical, and that will help them get traffic to their site, get people interested in what they're doing.
Why is WordPress so successful? And you see it increasing even more? We said 20% of the web. 20%. You see it even going up higher than that?
Yeah, and I think it's really successful just because it's very accessible. So you can start out with a WordPress.com blog, and then you can move to .org, and you've got plugins and themes, completely customizable, and that's what people really like about it.
What's the difference between WordPress.com and WordPress.org? I know when people are creating their website for the first time, they don't know which one is for them. This confuses a lot of people when they're first starting their site.
Yeah, WordPress.com is great for just starting out on a blog if you just want to have a journal or have some, share your thoughts online. But WordPress.org is the platform where you can actually jump on, customize what you want, and set up a completely custom site from the ground up. And that's better for business owners because it is more customizable.
What do you see as the future of the web in this space, for commerce and for creating your own website? Do you see certain trends? A number of years ago, big Flash banners across the site. Everyone built their website using Flash. Restaurants, even some restaurants still have their websites with Flash. You click on the site and music starts playing.
I love that.
and you can't navigate the site. It's not really searchable really well by Google because it's terrible. That was a trend. Where do you see the future of web design going?
I think it's going to become more content-centric. So we're all about content marketing, and making sure that the content that you put out is relevant. For a long time, people try to game SEO and used all these different kind of black hat techniques to boost up their ranking.
And that's not really working much anymore, right? So that is guest posting, backlinking strategies.
Yeah.
Google really caught on to a lot of that.
Yeah, and they continue to change their algorithm. So Google is a moving playing field, and you need to be really careful what you do. So the best way to attack it is to put out really high quality content that people are going to be interested in, share, and the Google search engine loves that as well.
What do you mean by content? Is it just a blog post? What else can it be that makes you more robust in Google's eyes?
Sure, there can be YouTube videos, you can do your podcasting, you've got articles, you've got how-to guides, infographics are great for getting people to share. So there's a whole spectrum of different things that you can do with content.
If someone wants to sign up and tell us a little bit more about WP Curve, how can they sign up and start using your services?
Sure, so they just have to jump on wpcurve.com, and there's a sign up button right there. And the way it works is basically you sign up, we let you know what we need from you, and we get started straight away. So it's kind of really low barrier to entry. You can get started and try our service out, 30-day money-back guarantee.
Wonderful. Alex, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And if you have any more questions, you can always reach me on Twitter at Clayton Morris. We'll see you next time, everyone.